of those videos where I accommodate a viewer request, and this is one of those viewers' requests because many people have asked me to do this, and I'm finally caving in. So today we're going to be making Smashburgers. But we're going to put a little bit of a twist on this by cooking them on the flat top. Today I'm going to teach you all about how to do it using my technique. So let's go. Alright everyone, so this is a bit of a technique that you might see using like chicken nugget recipes, but I think it also works really well in a good burger mix. So what I do is I take about 2 to 3 slices of bread. I've got a lot of meat here, so I'm using 3 slices of bread. I also don't have many breadcrumbs, which is why I'm doing this. And you just soak the bread pieces in a fair amount of milk, because you're going to want to reuse this milk later on in the cooking process. Okay, so now that we have the bread in the milk, we need to put it aside and make the rest of our burger mix. Okay, so now I'm putting into a bowl about a lot of lean ground beef, as much as you think is necessary for you and whoever else you're making this recipe for. Now, this is my recipe, but I don't have it written down. So what I'm going to do is just eyeball these measurements and add in accordingly. So onion powder, you're going to want to add in a bunch of that. You're going to want to add in some garlic salt. You're going to want to add in not a lot of salt, but just a bit. And then, last but not least, just to give it a bit of a kick, some black pepper. And then 1 to 3 nice punches of chili powder. And now, depending how much bread you want to use, if any, you definitely need to add some breadcrumbs if you're not putting in any of this bread. I'm going to put in a bit of panko. Personally, I recommend more a normal type of Italian breadcrumb. However, I did find a bit. It's down in the trash there for a reason I'll explain, which is it expired before I was born. The joys of being at the cottage. But anyway, I'm going to add in a bit of this. I can pretty much just add it in from the bottom, which is a bit disturbing to me. Okay. Alright, now for the wet ingredients. I'm going to add in 1 egg. And then I'm going to add in the bread as well as the milk. And now don't forget, it is imperative that you get your hands dirty. You know, you don't need to be one of those sheep who crumbles their bread before they soak it. Soak it whole, and then just do this. It's so fun to demolish something that was once so beautiful. It was even better, if not the same, as sliced bread. Now it is crumbled bread, which is, as everyone knows, even better than sliced bread, even though it expired before I was born. But that's not relevant. Alright, so this step is where your personal preference is going to take over. Personally, you will never catch me eating a double cheeseburger, even in America, am I right? However, this is one case in which I will, because I like to make smaller patties, and then I crush them super thin into a super thin smash burger, and then I do 2 patties. Then you can also let the cheese melt in there, and it's just a much nicer overall burger. So I recommend you do that. However, if you want to make a larger single patty, that's also perfectly acceptable. Alright, so now we're going to set the patties aside, and now it's time for drink time. And if you don't know what this is, don't worry, that's life around here. Okay, welcome back to Cooking with Pop, flat top edition. So we got Pop here, we got a flat top, so may as well do some cooking. So first you gotta get the gas going. Sorry environment, but you gotta do it. Hello everyone. So our flat iron is ready. So all you really need to make Smashburgers is a nice hot, but not too hot flat iron, a bit of oil, a spatula, burger fixins, and a fry pan, and some good old elbow grease. So first what we're gonna do is take a patty. We made a lot, so I'm gonna take the smaller ones, because I'm of course doing double cheeseburgers. Place it on down, and give it a smash. Oh, I see. Cut. Now, a way to avoid that nastiest of nasty debacles is you put the meat down, you put a piece of parchment on top of it, then you smash. And then you need to be very careful to grab a fringed edge and pull it off. That way, you have a nice patty, and what a patty it is, and it isn't stuck to the bottom of your pan. However, if you do use this way, be warned, you're not gonna have any bloopers. So these are not actually crash cymbals. What they are a very handy cooking tool. What you do is you put those on top, and then the burger kind of ferments in its own juices, which allows for a much nicer cooking effect. I feel very foodie now. One of the most important things in a Chef Daniel Smashburger is assembly. So, since it's a double burger, what I do is I do what I like to call the McDonald's method. Now, I don't do McDonald's in many times a month. However, this is one of the things that I think they did right, which is you take the burger and the cheese, then I'm going to put the other burger on top and put on another piece of cheese, then seal the lid and let the cheese all melt together. Wow, is what she just said. And she never really says wow to burgers, so I'm very happy with that. Gotta get the little charred edges is what you want. Okay. Woo! Beautiful. Same with this one. Check on you in a bit. So there goes the second patty, and then another piece of cheese. Now, you gotta watch this. You can't leave me now, okay? Piece of cheese. Then, seal it up. And I also like to toast the buns. Some people don't like their buns toasted. However, I think it's a great way to do it. Alright, hello everyone. You joined me at a bit of an awkward moment where I tried to get mayonnaise out of this thing. So what I'm doing is just making a little burger sauce on the burger. I'm using the bottom bun because the top bun is kind of built into this burger unit here, as you see. So what I'm doing is just mixing that all together. Okay, so I am, as with many things in life, a purist when it comes to burgers. However, if you were an unpurist and truly sacrilegious, you could put on some avocado, which is really, maybe some onions, some pickles, which are delicious, some tomatoes, and we're serving it with a nice Caesar salad from Foodland. Now, to eat. I've got my burger here, cooked on the flat top, all the little juices, double patty, lots of melted cheese. I put it in the oven for about 10 minutes at 200 just to melt off the extra cheese. So this is looking mighty fine. Don't mean to get all philosophical on you guys, but there's no justification for not liking that. That is unbelievably phenomenal. That's the best burger I've ever had. McDonald's, go kick a bucket. This is Spectator's burger. Keep in mind, normally, Spectator takes off the buns and makes a hamburger salad. So, I think I'm pretty pleased with this. So am I. This is Chef Daniel, signing off. And remember, if I can do it, you can do it. Especially when it comes to eating a double cheeseburger. Have a good day, everyone.